I love Myers-Briggs and that song, what, That's My Type? That song, I love that song. The clean version, of course. But that's what I'm going to talk about, types. So if you're tuning in, if you're watching this, rather it be live, or if you are watching the recording, I want you to go in the comments and type in your type. What is your type? What is your type? If you aren't sure of your type and you need to determine your type, say, I need to know. And if you send an email, if you go to cydnyconsults.com, I am always, as a Myers-Briggs practitioner, here to schedule an appointment with you and to help you determine your type and certain attributes of that type and other elements of your life that are conducive to your type. So, all right, Christy, I see you need to know, and I'm going to help you find out. So, my type is INTJ. INTJ. So, I can be very introverted. Like I always have to tell people I'm shy. I really am shy. I really am. But the type of work I like to do, especially when it comes to community service, I have to act like an extrovert because I need to consider the whole world around me in order to move. I want to say that again. I have to look at the world around me. If I am doing something in what I like to call the village, the community, I have to have a needs assessment of sorts. I have to tap in and see what the people need, what those needs are. I have to be present at speaking engagements. I have to speak. So I have to act. I deserve an Oscar. But I have to act like I am an extrovert to get things done. But I am an INTJ. And I've done a lot of extroverting these past 4 days. And when I extrovert a lot, as I like to say it, I have to take time and recharge my battery. So if I'm having a symposium, a retreat, or anything, I have to take a whole day. And it looks like I may be doing nothing. But I am actually recharging my battery because it takes a lot for me to extrovert. So just because my type is INTJ, that doesn't mean I can't flex and eat. See what I'm saying there? So when we determine our types and you have your consultation, all of this is explained to you. It's explained, you understand access is where you're naturally just going to exceed, overachieve, and how you work best and align with other types. But one thing that's very important to me, especially in time of a pandemic, is self-care and taking care of your headspace. And so there are different types of Myers-Briggs assessments. There's the basic, find out what you are, what is your type. But there is a stress management analysis that I love to have consultations for. So even if you already know your type, you could also have the stress management assessment just to see what your stressors are and to be aware of certain stresses that are in your atmosphere, in your zone, things that are coming at you, and how to resolve and address certain stressors based on your personality type. Also, I am a state-mandated co-parenting facilitator, and Myers-Briggs, just in a similar way to the 5 love languages. Give me a heart if you are familiar with 5 love languages. If not, go to I think it's 5lovelanguages.com. They have a free assessment. Take that and have your children take it, because it's not love. It's just not, an adult relationship. It's a family affair. And if you know how to communicate with certain types, it's like, oh, Johnny's speaking Spanish, so let me learn how to speak Spanish so you can hear what I have to say and receive the message, right? It's important to know which language he's more receptive to, isn't it? Rather, Johnny's your man, your child, your cousin on your father's side, your uncle, whoever it is. So if you're watching, I encourage you all to do that. But I want you all to understand that your MBTI can work in the same way. So if you are dealing with some parenting issues, good, bad, whatever they may be, or you just want to have that type of professional development in your personal life, your personal development, I could also help you with that as well for children over the age of 13. And that could be very beneficial once you know, that's my type, that's my type. So you got to know that part first, and then we can move on with everything else. But yes, it's definitely helpful in the workplace, but I just want to stress that it's helpful in a plethora of situations. Stress and relationships overall, and definitely with team building. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my website. Visit cydnyconsults.com. On the main page, there's a yellow button at the bottom. It'll take you right to an email to subscribe to my mailing list, because I am about to unleash some trainings, some virtual trainings. I can do Myers-Briggs consultations virtually as well, but I also want to do a group MBTI session, and that will be coming up in a Richmond location. So I have access to spaces all over the Commonwealth. So tune in so you won't miss out. But if you want to have an individual one to learn what's your type, then I suggest you head on over to cydnyconsults.com and click on register now and read more about our programs to see the breakdown of the different MBTI sessions that I prefer to specialize in. So another thing that hit me yesterday, it has nothing to do with Cydny Consults at all, other than I believe in working to a rhythm and I love to dance. But you know, with this pandemic, sometimes I'll dance around in my house so I won't forget certain moves. I have a confession. I was doing the electric slide yesterday, and I'm not sure I was doing it right. Man, that's a confession from the bottom of my heart. So, but you know what? No matter if your steps are not, correct, you just make sure you keep on moving. But meanwhile, okay, Chrissy, I see the side eye. That's a confession. What about my feelings here? But you just keep on moving to the beat of your own drum regardless. One of these days, I'm going to pull up the YouTube before I go outside, and y'all have me on your live sessions. Look at Cydny over there doing the electric slide all wrong. And we're not talking about the Cupid shuffle or any other line dance right now. But at this point, we're a year and a half in with the pandemic, so I'm definitely blaming the pandemic on this. I believe I was doing some steps absolutely wrong, but you know what? I stayed on beat though. So there. And I got my steps in. So on that, I'm going to take a sip to that one. So I hope y'all are having an absolutely marvelous Monday. And I hope your week will be nothing short than fantabulous. I hope you are keeping a list of your SMART goals. I am heavily focused on some SMART goals I have set for myself for this month and the next. And no matter what you're doing, even when you're out of step, you just make sure you keep on moving. And make sure you move on over to Cydny Consults on Monday at noon, because we'll be doing this all over again. Come back to the page. I will download this and upload the recording. Some of y'all probably watching the recording right now like, oh my gosh, she forgot the electric slide. Don't judge me. Y'all be good. Have a good